What's up, Leo? And thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. Okay, so I'm a bit late on these. I wanted to get everything out on the 15th, but life happens. So I'm getting to your mid-months now. So I'm going to backtrack a bit. So this will be from about March 15th to about April 15th, okay? And this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, okay, guys? This will be a general reading, so whatever comes out, okay, Leos? So let's see what is going on in the world of the lions. What is going on with the sign of Leo from about March 15th to April 15th, past, present, and future? What is going on with the sign of Leo? Okay. We have past, present, okay, and future. Okay. So the energy we have is the World card in the reverse here. So anytime that this comes up, especially for energy, there's something that you may need to let go of, or a chapter that needs to be closed out that may kind of be dragged out. Maybe you need closure in a situation. Maybe there's a few things that you have to do before you can fully let something go, but something that you guys definitely need to go. And it could be someone who's very important to you here with the Lovers card in the reverse. So with the Lovers card, it doesn't always have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a close friend. It could be a family member, a cousin, but just someone that you feel, strongly bonded to. So let's get into this and see what's going on. So the first card that you guys have for your past is the King of Swords. So there could have been a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius that you guys had in your life that was very important to you. Or this could have been a sense of you just really standing your ground with something, knowing what you want out of life and not letting anything distract you, okay? Cutting out anything that's just not serving you at that time. Why is this King of Swords here? Let's not have all these cards falling. We have the World card in the verse again, okay? So something that you may need to end with an air sign here, okay? Or you guys, really being stern about something that needs to end, all right? And we have the Two of Cups. So again, this could be someone that feels like a soulmate. This could be a lover. This could be a good friend. But definitely a strong connection that needs to end. And you know that you're losing faith or any hope in it, but it's still there. It's still lingering. For some of you, maybe that's with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio with the King of Cups coming out here. Okay, or this could be you guys, really standing your ground and really trying to find the strength in your emotions with what you're dealing with. Why is this King of Cups here? We have the Empress card. So for some of you where, you're in a love situation with a air sign, maybe you left them behind, okay, or needed to leave them behind, and you're having a new start with the water sign. But there could have been kind of like that limbo, that purgatory area where you haven't fully let it go. You know where you need to go, but you're not there just yet. Okay. Why is this King of Cups here? Ace of Swords in the reverse. So there's a new start that you guys are having, yet there's something that's not fully closed out. And all this energy, guys, it could be vice versa. It could be someone doing this to you. But there's arguments here. You guys aren't seeing eye to eye. People are kind of yelling over each other. You're not really listening to what the other has to say. But the one thing you know is that you're not seeing eye to eye and things aren't working out. With the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, maybe you don't feel appreciated. Maybe you don't feel like you get what you deserve out of the situation, okay? But a very prominent water energy in your past here. So with the Knight of Cups, again, it could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or just someone who's very loving and passionate and charismatic and just good with people. That knight in shining armor, okay? And for some of you, it could have been a third-party situation, or you could have been celebrating the fact that, you know, you were involved with a water sign, or maybe you were very emotionally invested in something that you felt was worth celebrating. And you have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So with Page of Cups in the reverse, maybe that person stopped talking to you because maybe they knew about the injustice. Maybe if you were talking to two people, they felt that. Okay, or maybe you stopped talking to them because you felt that. But I see the problem here as, you know, the same thing. Death card in the reverse, you know, World card in the reverse, Three of Cups, which could be a third-party situation. There's something here that needs to be closed out, and I don't feel like you guys could move forward until that's completely closed out. Now, in your present moment, the first card that we have is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So there could be something here that you decide to end, or that someone else decides to end, something that you were passionate about. You don't think that it's worth any time and effort at this point. Or maybe your efforts, even if you really do want this, it's just not getting you what you want. Okay, and with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, it just has a very unstable foundation. You know, this is something that could have made you very happy in the past, but it no longer does that, and you know that you have to turn your back and, you know, look at the world in a different way, where you know that you need to expand now. The next card that you guys have is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So this is a continual fallout. For some of you, maybe you're falling out of something you're passionate about. It could be a job that you let go of, or a job that lets go of you. Nine of Wands in the reverse. There's just something here that you guys, again, you're fed up. You put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it's just not working out at this point, and you just don't want to be involved with it anymore. But you feel trapped in it. You feel like you can't move forward. You feel like you're stuck on this. But it's just a matter of taking off your blindfold, seeing things for what it is, and moving forward accordingly. Okay. But yeah, I really feel like there's someone that you guys stopped talking to, or you know that you need to cut out of your life. But the thing is, do you want to cut this person out? I think that you have to, but you don't want to. Okay, with the Five of Cups, you guys are really feeling a loss here. Why is this Five of Cups here for Leos? Alright, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So, you're making this decision, okay, to let somebody go. But I don't think it's a decision that you want to make, or a decision that comes easily, because you're still emotionally invested here with the Death card in the reverse popping out again. Okay. For some of you, maybe it's hard to let go of because you could feel responsible for having, you know, for getting to this point. Maybe there is kind of a place of limbo that you felt when you were, you know, involved with two people or two jobs or just two situations that could not, you know, coexist together. All right, so maybe by you not making a decision, you lose everything. That's very possible. I'm going to have to drink to that, guys. Okay, but yeah, that definitely could have been very, very possible. Alright, so, moving forward. The first card that you guys have is the Seven of Wands in reverse. So there was a lot of adversities here. There was a lot of things that you're really trying to be strong with, just standing your ground. But with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, you've just had enough, okay? Whether you were the catalyst of it or somebody else was the catalyst of this chaos, you give up on the situation. Alright, Karma card in the reverse. This is the Judgment card in the reverse in this deck. Okay, so you guys are seeing this as something that is just not a good idea at this time. It's not good judgment to stay in it, so you have to let it go. There's not going to be a victory here, so you guys come to the fact of accepting that. Alright, there's too much drama, too much chaos, too much fighting, bickering, rumors, competition, and you just didn't want to be part of that. The next card that you guys have going into the future is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So for some of you, there could have been a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that you were dealing with, and, you know, maybe this person stopped talking to you, or this person was not as interested in, you know, doing business with you, or being in a romantic relationship, or just being friends with you. But with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, anyone can take on this energy. But this is someone that is just not as emotionally invested in a situation or a person as that person or situation may be within them. So maybe this is you guys just showing up to a job that you hate, but knowing that it's going to pay the bills. Maybe this is you guys you know, keeping someone around, but knowing that you're not really, you know, in love with them, or you don't really see use for them, but maybe you get lonely sometimes, and, you know, maybe it's just someone that you want to talk to at times. This could also be a sense of financial instability as well. So just be careful of overspending. Why is this King of Pentacles in the reverse? Page of Swords in the reverse. So there could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, that maybe they realize that someone's not as invested, and maybe you guys are the person that's not as invested and they have a lot of things to say, and it could come off as very harsh. But you guys are definitely having a harsh, you know, exchange of words with someone here. And with the High Priestess, you knew that this was going to happen. I feel like you guys were the ones that held most of the knowledge in this relationship. Okay? But yeah, something that you're letting go of, falling out of with the Lovers in the reverse. The Star card in the reverse, you don't have any faith in this situation anymore. You know it's something that you don't want to manifest at this point. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. You really guard yourself in the situation. You don't move forward with it. Alright, and the Four of Swords. You guys take a step back, you take a break, and you're really in a place where you know that you have to turn your back. You know that you have the world at your fingertips, and you can literally do anything that you want now. So that's the beautiful thing in this. But I feel like you're at a place where you're not ready to take a first step just yet. You know that there's something that you have to leave behind, but as opposed to just running outside and, you know, jumping on the first bus or the first train and just letting it lead wherever it wants to go, you guys are really going to think about this. You know, how are you going to move forward in a way that's going to be most beneficial to you? How can you avoid any problems? How can you avoid any adversities so that you can get to where you want to be without having to make someone else feel like shit or without having to feel like shit yourself? Okay? So definitely something here that I feel like you guys may have had the power to move forward with, but maybe the fact that you didn't choose it right away could have been what could have ended something. Okay? But I see Leo being the person in the control here, and I see that you guys just find the situation to be too troubling, so you completely just, you know, step out of the equation. So let's see what your Earth Magic Oracle card is going to be in terms of advice, just to see how you guys should proceed, okay? Let's see what is going on for Leos. What advice do they need to hear? Okay, so you guys have the card Gaia, nurturing. And it's funny because at the bottom of the deck, you guys have the Shaman, Ancient Healing Wisdom in the reverse. Okay, so I want to start with the energy that we have for your advice. So what this Shaman card talks about is, you know, it's talking about how the importance of shamans were in, you know, ancient civilizations, and, you know, they still exist throughout this day, but the fact that they were able to provide a lot of healing and a lot of nurturing. And the thing with shamans that they understood is that illness, depression, you know, things that we see as negatives, they usually come into our lives because there's this sense of disconnect that we have with ourselves and with the source. You know, there could be a strong sense of what our soul wants or needs, but that doesn't always mean that we necessarily follow that path, because we can get confused with the noise of the world. You get confused with social media. You get confused with, you know, looking at the highlights of everyone's life, just seeing what's on the news, seeing what's in the media, what people are wearing, you know, just these celebrities. And it's just a situation where so much could be going on around you that you're kind of desensitized. And you kind of lose track of who you are or what you want or what you want to actually work towards. So there's the sense of, oh, you know, I'm not going to focus on that today. You know, I'll get to it tomorrow, but we keep putting it off. And then, you know, after some time, we get into a situation where there's chaos all over the place. And it's like, oh my God, I got off this path and I strayed so far from what my goal was. How the hell did I get here? And I think that that's what the problem is, because I feel like there's been that disconnect with what you guys want and need as opposed to what you were doing. I feel like maybe your actions were not in congruent. They weren't congruent with what you wanted. So you may not have been getting that, because I feel like you guys have had the power to do it, just for whatever reason you weren't. Maybe you were unfocused. Maybe you had something else that you really felt was going to be better for you, but your soul was kind of trying to warn you against it. But now that you're at this place where there could be a lot of chaos, it's telling you that it's time to nurture yourself. Gaia, okay? So this is basically the love of Mother Earth, us being connected to everything, being connected with our heart, with our soul, with our desires, with our true purpose. So there could have been a lot going on, but I feel like the thing that Leos right now are going to benefit the most from is just taking that step back and saying, okay, I strayed for a little bit, but let me block out all the noise. Let me just be in a silent room. What do I want? How can I get it? What are the steps? Because everything always seems so difficult at first. How do I make 100,000 this year? How do I get this promotion? How can I afford that ring for this girl? Or, how can I prove to this man that I do love him? Okay, we get so caught up and we just look at how much hard work there can be, not knowing that the difference between, us and our goals is just a simple plan. Whatever it is that you guys want in life, there's no secret to it. There's no there's no secret society or secret plan or secret setup that's going to get it to you. Everything that we want in life comes down to our daily habits. If you want to be a motivational speaker, if you want to be a love counselor, or if you want to be a gymnast, and you don't wake up every day and have that involved, in your schedule somehow, how can you expect to have it? Okay, people who are successful in whatever it is that they want, whether it be getting the girl or getting the guy or getting the job or getting the house or getting that, that soul awakening, whatever it is that is success to you, is that something that's incorporated in your daily schedule? Is that something that you've been focused on? Are your actions in alignment with what you wanted? And I think for some of you, you may be realizing, shit, I knew what I wanted, but I wasn't necessarily putting in efforts and action towards what I wanted. So that's where everything changes. You nurture yourself, you get down to the basics, you get a better relationship, between yourself and with Source. And you focus now. You quiet out all the crazy and you focus on what you want and you move forward accordingly. So that's all it is, Leos, because I tell you guys all the time, you guys are the leaders of the zodiac. You guys are one of my favorite signs, and I'm always so surprised. I'm like, I don't know how I don't have Leo in my charts, because I fuck with Leo hard. Like, you guys are so awesome. Your bounce back game is amazing. And most Leos that I even affiliate myself with, they're doing things. And I have so much respect for this sign because of how powerful you guys are. So don't ever forget how powerful you are. I feel like if you know how to work things around, it's always going to work in your favor. You just have to be genuine about what you want, and you have to make sure that you're putting out good and positive energies, because regardless of anyone's ability to have power and to be able to get what they want, if we don't go about it in an honest way, and if we don't get to things in a way that, would be moral, then, things are going to hit the fan eventually. We're going to have to deal with that eventually. But with you guys, you have that power. You just have to direct it in the right direction. And I feel like that's the only thing that may have been holding you back. But now you realize that, maybe you've strayed too far, and maybe now it's time to move forward in a way that makes sense. So that's easy, guys. So just focus on what you want and get on that path. All right. So Leos, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the likes, for subscribing to me. When these videos resonate with you, I really, really appreciate that. And I know I'm getting to the fire signs a little late, and I've had a lot of people like, Lissette, are you not going to do us? I do apologize, guys, for that. Life just gets in the way, and I get on YouTube, anytime that I have free moment. But my life is hectic. I'm constantly on the go. You know, I'm always talking with dozens of people, going through hundreds of emails. So I have never forgotten about you guys. You guys are one of my favorite signs. I love you guys, and I do not intend to ever forget any sign in the future. So, yeah, I'm always doing stuff, and I don't work well under pressure. So anytime that you don't see a video posted, just give me some time. I promise you that it will always come out. And I feel that with these messages, they always come at the right time. Okay? And I know that every month my readings may not resonate for everybody because I'm reading for a lot of people. But there are people that need to hear certain messages, and that is what I'm focused on for the month, or for that mid-month reading, or for that regular monthly reading, or for that love reading. People who really need to hear a certain message, you know, an energy that really needs to be addressed. So for those of you that are with me, I love you guys, and I wish you the best. And I will be back with your April readings in a few days. All right, so take care, Leo. I love you guys. You got this.